Hey everyone, and welcome back. This is going to be quite the long video, quite an exciting one too, if you ask me. I'm currently at the Juniors Kingsford light rail stop on the L3 Juniors Kingsford line. And this video is going to be about the Perouse Tram line. Not only some history on what it was, but in hopes that it will reopen again. So the Perouse Tram line opened in 1901 and with the last trams running in 1961. There were two routes out to Perouse. There was route 17A from Circular Quay to Perouse and 17B from Railway Square to Perouse. Railway Square in Sydney, which is now a massive bus interchange, used to actually be a massive tram interchange. So what we're going to do in this video, because there's been a little bit more talk than usual lately on reinstating the Perouse tram line, is we are going to walk from Juniors Kingsford all the way to Perouse. So this video is going to be a long one. I don't know, it could be 1 hour, 2 hours, 2.5, I don't know. But we're going to walk along the Perouse alignment, the old tram alignment that closed in 1961, because I'd say 95% of it has actually been preserved. The tracks are all gone, the overhead wiring's all gone. However, the rail alignment has been preserved. It is actually the wide median strip in the middle of Anzac Parade. So the Perouse tram line, as I said, ran from Railway Square and Circular Quay, and ended up making their way along Anzac Parade to Juniors Kingsford here, and just continued right up Anzac Parade all the way through Maroubra, Little Bay, and on to Perouse. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go for a nice long walk along there, along the rail alignment, and just have a bit of a chat along the way. Hopefully that gets people talking about finally reinstating the Perouse tram line, because it'll be much needed. Wouldn't be given a new number or anything like that. It wouldn't be given, one of those new L numbers. It'll just be an extension. So it'll be like, the L3 Perouse line. But yeah, enjoy the walk and talk. So what happens now is the L3 Kingsford or Juniors Kingsford line trams will come in from the city and terminate on this track here. And because it's the end of the line here, they'll get everybody off and they'll move up into this little siding here where this tram or light rail vehicle, whatever you want to call it, is sitting. And then, once the cruise change ends and it's time to go, he'll then make his way in here into this platform where it'll commence its next service to the Circular Quay. Yeah, that'll do. Yeah, to Circular Quay. But wouldn't it be cool if tram would come in here, open the doors, and it'll just be like, next stop Maroubra, doors closed, and away you go. Because it's got its own alignment, and there's some cross streets up here, which you'll see soon, where instead of stopping the tram at traffic lights at each one of these things, have the trams go under or over these things. But anyway, so what we're doing, as I said before, is we're walking beyond this point. So let's continue. All right, so this is the end of the line here for the L3 Juniors Kingsford line. There's the stopping blocks there. And right across there, you can see the wide median strip, and this is Anzac Parade. That is the Perouse tram alignment that we're going to walk along. Here and there are car parks, as you can imagine. But yeah, we're going to do the full walk. Oh, most of it anyway. Unless something gets in our way. But it should be fine. All right, we've finally crossed the road, which took quite some time. And here is the alignment. I might not do wide angle for this because walking on wide angle, the stabilization is not as great. And the fella in front of me, you might recognize him. He is Gareth from the YouTube channel Tall Boy Gareth.
How's it going, guys?
Say hello to my followers. And
Phil's out of the water now, so that's great.
Yeah.
That was a video that we did together, right?
Yeah.
Him in the water, but he's out of the water now. But today we're actually filming a video going to Perouse from Junior Kingsford's tram station.
Where Gareth is going to hurl me into the drink again.
All over again.
Yeah, no. But the not being able to swim part, that's actually true. I heard a tram behind me. I was actually going to look behind me to make sure it's not going to hit me, but if it did, then that'll be kind of awkward because there's no tracks here anymore. But the La Perouse line was the second biggest of Sydney's tram lines. The biggest was the one in Ryde. Such a shame that Sydney had closed all of its tram lines all those decades ago. We had and this is not a competition thing, but we had the biggest tram line in the country. But yeah, as I was saying, not too sure why Sydney got rid of the tram system. We had the biggest tram system in the country. Bigger than Melbourne's. Again, not a competition-based thing, just saying it's a bit of a shame that it was all gotten rid of, and now they're just putting it back to where it already was. However, in saying that, it would be good if the line was reinstated from here all the way through to La Perouse. The corridor's already here. It was on the news that if they went through with it, from planning stage to first passenger trams entering service, it'll be 4 years. And I find that pretty cool. That's not long, considering how long these projects take. And another thing I will point out, it'll be good if it was overhead the entire way, not this fancy middle rail shit that keeps on failing. And there's plenty of room too. There's beautiful old trees here, natives and all this stuff. You wouldn't have to rip any of them out. You might have to cut a couple of branches back maybe, but no, wouldn't have to rip any of them out. And you could still have grassy areas on either side, or even have the green track that's on the Parramatta light rail in various spots. That'll look cool too. But the way to get to La Perouse at the moment, apart from walking, what we're doing now, is actually getting a bus, which is the 390X, which starts at Bondi Junction, makes its way through Waverley and Charing Cross, Randwick, and then all the way along Anzac Parade here through Maroubra, Little Bay, and places like that. Okay, now we hit the more scenic part of the alignment where you can actually see that it is actual rail alignment. So see, there is plenty of room, double track, overhead wiring. Branches like this might need to be cut. A couple of low-lying ones like up here. But apart from that, it should be pretty cruisy. Now, another interesting thing with doing this walk, I wonder if there's actually any remnants of the tram lines. I mean, apart from the corridor itself. So as we go along this old tram alignment, there are areas to turn from, one side of Anzac Parade to the other, do your U-turns or whatever. With those areas, it'll be good if the tram line went under or over them, so you don't have to keep on stopping every short, bit of time. So in theory, you could really get up to a decent speed along here. They could probably get the trams to do about 70 or 80 along here. 70, 80. Yeah. Because the Citadis 305s that run the L2 and 3 and part of the L1, they're rated for, I think, 100. Obviously not on our network because, it's a bit of a slow one for the most part. You get some spots where you can get up to some decent speeds, but track condition doesn't allow for it for the most part. But you could really, really get up to some nice speeds. Be a quick trip. You wouldn't need too many stops along here either. You obviously got Juniors Kingsford back there. Just fang along to Maroubra, which is not really that far. And then Matraville, Little Bay, and then La Perouse had maybe a stop or two in between. Be quite interesting to see. Now with these roads here, some of them do have traffic lights and some of them don't, but we're just going to go shoot straight through, straight ahead. Probably not the ideal thing to do, but for the purpose of this video, we are going to do that. So, yeah.
I think when they do reintroduce the trams here, I think some of these little roads will probably be taken out to allow faster speeds for the trams, you know?
Yeah. They could have, like, you know, level crossings here and things like that, but it'll just back the traffic up a little bit. So either take some of the roads out and the other ones just make it so the tram line either goes under or over. Just like a little underpass or little overpass. Doesn't have to be anything grand. It's such a beautiful line though. You know what? See what I meant before about how the trees, you'd barely need to cut much off it.
It's just basically the sides.
Yeah.
The left and the right, and that's it. Yeah.
Like these ones here just up ahead that are impeding on what would be overhead wiring and stanchions and bits and pieces like that. They can just have like a quick and easy shave back. It's like, yeah.
I'm just gonna do bits and pieces here and there.
Yeah, that's cool. Sure. Almost went arse overhead and it's only the beginning of the walk. Imagine if they just buried over the tracks here.
They probably won't.
No.
They'll probably dig them out first.
No. I mean, like, imagine when they closed the line in 61, if they just buried over the tracks and just let all the grass and things just grow over it. Yeah, that'll be interesting. That's why I kept looking at the ground just in case.
I know the closer we get to La Perouse, the ground starts to get a bit more sandier, like the beach and all that kind of vibe.
You know, on Glebe Point Road, there's probably about somewhere between 5 and 20 metres of tram track in the middle of the road.
Is it really?
Yeah, they kept it. They did some road work and...
Is it visible or not?
Yeah.
It is visible?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I need to see that someday.
Yeah. Very short bit of tracks, I say, probably from here to the paperbark trees just over there.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Very, very short bit. But they did some road work and they actually kept it visible. So I think it's actually for show.
I know in Brisbane, because Brisbane used to have a massive tram network as well, right? There's a medium strip of old tram line in Brisbane that they've kept.
Yeah.
You can still see it today. Yeah.
This is like a walk to La Perouse and a podcast with Gareth and Phil.
Woohoo! Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Yeah, that's it. Don't forget to check out Gareth's channel too. What's your channel name again?
Tall Boy Gareth.
Tall Boy Gareth.
Tall Boy Gareth.
Yes.
That's the one.
You have to hear it from himself.
Not Short Boy Phil, but Tall Boy Gareth.
Yeah, sure. Medium-sized Matthew. What is that? What Matthew said?
Yeah, I think he did actually. Yeah, Matthew. Head Matthew Awesome. Yeah.
So just like here, something I was actually thinking about before, you do have roots from decent-sized trees here. However, if it's... Yeah, it should be all right. It should be all right. It won't kill the trees.
I mean, what they could do is like it could be like the Parramatta Light Rail, where there's like grassy sections of the track.
Yeah, the green track. Yeah.
You wouldn't really need to have concrete here, unless it's underneath, I guess, to hold the track in place. But
Oh yeah, just from that.
Just from that little section, but yeah.
Yeah. So they dig it all up, or at least a decent width for 2 tracks, and then they'll put all the concrete support down, and then they'll plant the turf in the middle.
Yep.
And because the trams are constantly running over them, they wouldn't really need to mow it too much.
No, they wouldn't.
It's kind of like grass that's heavily, walked on, I guess.
Yeah.
Not so heavily to the point where it's just like, gone to like a little dirt track, but people walk on it enough. It's not going to grow a lot in that area. But no, as I said before, shame it was all gotten rid of, but that was in the past, can't change it. But looking forward, I think it's a great mode of transport.
And if there's anyone watching this that really do believe in Sydney having a more of a light rail future, talk to your local politicians, guys. Get the conversation ball rolling.
Yeah, that's
talk to
it.
people in the industry and try and push for it to happen. Otherwise, without the voices, no one hears anything, you know?
That's it. It's been on the news lately, so people are starting to talk. So these videos are to keep people talking. And this, as you probably, some of you might have realized, is one of those videos that are uploaded to both of my YouTube channels because it fits both of those channels. It's a rail related video and a history related video. And because a lot of my fan base on each of the channels aren't subscribed to the other one, for the most part anyway, it's good to reach that wider audience to sort of get people talking about this. It's like the landscape changes quite a bit too, because it was like a car park, then lush grass. Now it's more of a sandy kind of thing. I thought, what would I film? Like little bits or what? I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go to the extreme and just film the entire walk. Some bits I might not be able to shut up, and some bits will be like lengthy pieces without a word. But here and there, I'll also let you guys know where we are too. It should be okay, but around Maroubra it might be a little bit harder to film the corridor because it's a car park, and it's a much, much busier car park than the one that we went through at the beginning of the walk. And if any extra trams are built, because obviously there would need to be extra vehicles built for this line, like, you know, to add to the fleet and keep up the frequency, it'll be kind of cool if, look, it's going to take a while if to build like a manufacturing thing for trams here. So what would be great is if Melbourne build trams here, because you got the those Alstom Flexity things or whatever model of tram they are, those E2 classes, or the G classes even, obviously have it modified to the point where, like, you know, so that they're the right length and right width and all that stuff, similar to these Citadis trams. But talking about building things in the country, it would be good to, yeah, to have these trams built here too, in a train spotter kind of view. It'd be kind of good to have a bit more variety as well. All right, we're on the other side of that road now. There are a few trees here that do or would need to be removed, but that's all right. They're only newbies. So continue the walk. So I used to film these like really long walk videos when the Sydney Light Rail L2 and L3 line was under construction. I literally walked from Randwick to Circular Quay and back, doing all these updates. So I really like the long walks, and I was watching this YouTube channel, New York City based. His name's Action Kid. He does like walking videos, really long walking videos, and sometimes has a bit of a chat. And there's like, you know, quiet moments in the video, etc., etc. But yeah, they're just quite peaceful, you know. So apart from this being an informative video, a history video, and a video to get people talking about reinstating this light rail line, it's also just good to get out into nature and go for a peaceful walk. But Gareth and I are making this a day thing. Like, it's going to take us all day. So we'll stop around that Maroubra mark, probably grab a beer or something, and then continue from there. Oh, hello, Potter. Snape Street. So I had to go to the Randwick recycling facility a short bit ago, like last week, something like that, because I had one of my portable chargers that was swollen to buggery. So we're approaching Maroubra now, I think, because there's an international French place of education to the left, and just after that is Maroubra something. But we're not in Maroubra proper yet, like, you know, with all the like massive shopping strip and things. Lucky we're doing the video now, late July. Wouldn't want to do it through magpie season. It's got a random little fence in the middle there. It was so good it was reinstated. Yeah, that'll be good too. It's so good that the corridor was preserved for like this sort of parkland area, I guess you could say, or future expansion of, you know, extra lanes for Anzac Parade, or the one that I'm rooting for is obviously reinstating the trams back down here. But let me know what you all think in the comments. Just let me know. Do you think it's a good idea? Do you think it's a bad idea? There's no judgment here. You know, you can say you love the idea or you absolutely loathe it. That's fine. That's all good. Everybody is entitled to their opinion. That's a very important thing here. Not everybody's opinion is going to be agreed with, but shall be respected. Okay, so we're in Maroubra Junction right now. That bus that just went past was a 390X to La Perouse. Lovely choice of trees though. Very beautiful. It's approaching the springtime, so they will start growing faster, which is a good thing, up until if the project is given a green light where they might have to start being ripped up. However, there are ways, depending on the tree type, etc., to actually dig them up, even if they are an okay sized tree, and rehabilitate them. You know, move them to a different spot after rehabilitating them. Alright, so we're approaching Maroubra itself. Okay, as we approach Maroubra itself, or Maroubra proper, or whatever you want to call it, or just Maroubra, we're going through a decent car park. Now this is where it'll get a little bit tricky. It'd be interesting if you could put the tram line over the car park, but then again it's got to be designed in such a way that the supports for the flyover type thing, or the bridge, viaduct, something, isn't going to impede and you know, it's not going to stuff up people getting into their parking spots. Or you put the trams under, which would be even more of a hassle, and it'll make the project take a lot longer. You definitely can't get rid of the parking spots though. Just dodging cars. Definitely can't get rid of the parking spots. As you can see, it's a busy area. So filming might be a bit patchy in this car park area. Just depends who's going in, who's going out, who's walking along it, that kind of thing. Alright, this car park area is a little bit difficult to film in, so I'm just going to walk beside it for this area. Plus there's a spot up here that's fenced off as well. The fenced off area, looks like they're building something there, which will all most likely need to be reversed if the project was to go ahead. So all this area in here is the old alignment. All right, this is the intersection of Anzac Parade and Maroubra Road. Anzac Parade's obviously the one that we're walking on and will be for pretty well the entire video. Maroubra Road is the one crossing left to right. Okay, so what Gareth and I are going to do now is we're going to grab a beer over at Hotel Maroubra, which is this building just here. And then we'll see you guys shortly on the other side of the road to continue this walk. Okay, so we've finished the beer at Hotel Maroubra and we are on our way again. So we've got a lengthy bit of a car park here. It goes up about 50 meters. So we'll see you on the other side of that car park. Car parks are a little bit of a bitch to film in. There's a bit of a memorial there. We've just walked that car park. There is a car park just up here, but it doesn't look as crazy with all the people walking everywhere. It's a nice little memorial park. All right, but let's get back to walking this alignment. Not sure when our next stop will be. Not sure how they'd go about moving that, or sort of maybe building a bit of an overpass, because that's something that obviously you wouldn't want to get rid of. Understandably, of course. We start with the grassy patch or grassy area just up here. But anyway, I'm not sure when our next stop will be, maybe around Matraville. I'm not too sure where the main drag is there, where all the shops and pubs are, but yeah, that's a good walk. Got about walking constantly without stopping, probably at the pace that we're at now, maybe an hour and a half-ish, give or take. It's hard to say. Depends how many times we've got to stop and look at things that we might see, or yeah. Very long video though. Go back to just normal instead of ultra wide, make it a bit smoother for you guys. Yes, I'm walking in the middle of the road, but I can see in my phone's reflection, like the reflection in the screen, you can see behind me. Scenery does change quite a bit. It's pretty good. Got an intersection here. The Fitzgerald Avenue intersection. So that's Fitzgerald Avenue running left to right here. Oops. I suppose if you didn't look where you were going and you tripped over it, it would be a bit of an oops. This is nice. Nice vast area of greenery. Now this area, if there was trams running down it with all the grass around it and all this kind of thing, it reminded me of an area in Melbourne. I forgot what it was called, like Victoria Park or Victoria Road, Victoria Street, Victoria something. I think it's Victoria something. And the trams run along there, and it's just like, kind of reminds me of this. If you're still watching the video and you just heard me there and you know what it's called, please let me know, because I'm not sure. But it reminds me of that. That'll be amazing. It's a Bondi Junction 390X bus from La Perouse. Got these casuarina trees here. This is the Wade Street turnoff. So it's not to the left. There's no street there to the left. But Wade Street is this one here to the right. Yeah, that's Wade Street. Hasn't rained in nearly a week, but you've got this muddy area here, but it's like a massive sort of divot, dent, pit thing. So you can imagine that the puddle would have been quite big. Cars need to sort of swim their way through it after a decent downpour. Home trees, tree removal and pruning. They're getting ready for the La Perouse extension, or just kidding. There's something up here in the grass that I'll point out. I have no idea what it is. Have no idea if it's anything to do with the old tram line that ran through here. but it's something and it's not new. So I'm wondering if it could be, or could have been, like a support for the stanchions, like, you know, the overhead and everything like that. But it's a little bit of brickwork from something that's definitely not new. It's interesting. So basically, if it was one of the stanchions, if they had like the ones in the middle that had the, what do they call it, the actual part that holds the overhead, is it cantineer or something, in the middle with the things supporting the both left and right overhead wiring, this would almost be in the center. So very well could be it. So Gareth, what do you think of the walk so far?
Mate, really, really fascinating. Like I was telling you before, about 1.5 years ago, I became really, really fascinated about Sydney's old transportation system, which was the light rail, which was the trams back in the day, right? And as I said before, I was using Google Earth and Google Maps to look at the streets from above.
Yeah.
And I was just really bored one day in bed, just looking at the streets of Sydney. And I came to the conclusion that if you look hard enough, Sydney's history is still very much showing.
It's like staring right at you, yeah.
Yeah, it's literally right at you, showing you where the trams and the light rail, where the trolleys and the trams used to be, right? And no more so than this area to La Perouse, because it's a huge, huge green, grassy medium strip that's still here today. And the fact that they haven't built buildings on it, the fact that it's still available for us to walk down right now is incredible, because it's so easy to build this system again.
Yeah.
I mean,
and not like, you know, building the line here, it's still going to be green. You're still going to have the trees, and if you want to make a green track where you can put the turf in and around it,
absolutely,
you only need to get rid of like a certain amount.
It's only a tiny portion. It's really only a tiny portion.
Yeah, that's it. It's stuff all. So you can still have a lot of grass. I think it'll look great.
I really do too.
I was just saying in the video before, I forgot exactly what it's called. You might know what it's called actually. There's a part of Melbourne's tram network, Victoria Park or something like that,
right,
where the trams go down.
Yeah, I think
this track where there's just like all grass and trees.
I wrote on it.
It's not a green line where the turf's in the middle of the track itself. Actually, I think there's a proper ballast and everything around it. But
I made a video in Melbourne called Melbourne's Ugliest Tram Station.
Is it the one on the side of the highway thing?
Yeah, it's basically a couple of tram stations.
I want to go there. That looks
right
cool.
in the middle of the highway, and it's like really, really bad for accessibility. Like if you're in a wheelchair or can't walk properly, you can't use it. It's that simple.
Yeah.
But 2 stations after that, it goes really beautiful in a green section, and this green section is truly beautiful. It actually has like old poles, like old beautiful wrought iron poles that go up in the air and branch out and hold the wires in place.
Yeah.
So it goes from a really ugly destination to a really pretty destination on that line very, very quickly.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I like Melbourne's tram network. It's very impressive. It is something that Sydney used to have.
A couple of times in the past, I thought if I could go back in time in a time machine, say, Doc Brown's time machine, the DeLorean, if I could do that, I would I would convince the people back in the day to not remove the trams, because it would just be a truly, truly amazing thing to have in Sydney's. To have Sydney's light rail working.
Take a couple of selfies with the people back in the 60s with your iPhone, and people just look at you. Yeah, what's that? The USS Enterprise or something? Yeah.
I think it's Black Magic or something, Yeah. That'd be incredible. I might have been watching Back to the Future that night. I might have had a few drinks that night,
Yeah.
as it turns out, but it was a fun thought.
Give me 1 second, because this looks like a beautiful shot. To top things off, it's about 20 degrees today, by the way. Thank you for tuning into Phil's Weather Channel. No, it is a beautiful day. Sunny, 20 degrees, light breeze. Got the sleeves rolled up, fantastic. See, it's up on a mound here. It's up on a bit of a mound. I wonder, although one lane of Anzac Parade and the other one's higher than the other, but I wonder, seeing it's up on a bit of a mound, I wonder if they've actually ripped the tracks up or if they've buried the tracks. But one thing I'm going to do as quickly is I'm going to detour to the left because I see something. It's probably nothing, but I'm going to check anyway. It's most likely just some infrastructure, council infrastructure. That, ladies and gentlemen, is what you call a drain. Got another intersection coming up. Beauchamp. So here's another question. I have a couple of you that are answering all these questions. Okay, question 1, answer is this. Question 2, answer is that. Question 328, answer is this. But I say Beauchamp, right? And some people correct me, like more than one person, which is making me think that maybe I am pronouncing it wrong and it's not Beauchamp. Is it Beauchamp or Beauchamp? No idea. But Beauchamp, we're going to call it just for the moment, is the intersection here going left to right, right to left. To the left, you turn off here on Beauchamp to go to Maroubra Beach and Coogee. And to the right, but no idea because it's no proper signage. I'll see you on the other side of the road because I've got to do a little bit of a manoeuvre around because there's no lights to actually cross directly straight, unfortunately. Now we've crossed that road and now it's car park time. We are in another suburb now. We are currently in Matraville.
So it appears to me we're curving to the left now.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, Phil, but I prefer to lean to the right, to be honest. You know? Yeah. Just the thought I had, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm more variety.
Have more of the variety in it.
Variety.
Yes. La Perouse bus. Quite a nice part of town, this. Not so nice if you're going to get squished by a car, but otherwise, yeah.
This is obviously another car park which will be an issue. But as you can see, potentially some cars. Right? It's what we're doing.
We go back up to the whole grassy area after this. Well, you do have quite a bit of grass to the right there, actually. Now, if they were to, with this car park here, you could still put trams there, but you could actually move the car park over a little bit. So if you're going to put trams in the middle here, you can move the car park over towards that way and sort of persevere. Either way, so far, there's no major hurdle. I think the biggest thing would be Maroubra there. Yeah. Not very tricky, but just, you know, let's veer to the left a little bit. All right, so there's the end of this road part. So this area here looks very well driven. So I think I mentioned probably about 400 times in this video, I don't know. I did a couple of walks. So one of the days, yes, I had to do the walk to the Randwick recycling facility in Matraville to drop off one of my portable chargers that I have. Lucky I got a new one. One of my portable chargers that I have, because I'm like, oh, it feels a little bit heavier and it's sort of harder than usual. And I looked and it was sort of starting to swell. So it's a bit of a no-brainer, but I still looked up anyway. What do I do with a swelling portable charger? And it says, you know, first thing it says is stop using it immediately. I'm like, all right. And like get rid of it in a safe way at your local, like, I don't know, recycling center. So yep, looked up that and just like went for a walk from home, probably about an hour and 20-minute walk from home. Yes, there's a perfectly good bus service, but I just love walking. Listening to music, clearing the head, helps with any stresses in life, that kind of thing. But anyway, I went there and I'm like, oh, well, there's this old soldiers settlement I want to go look at, which was also in Matraville, at about a half an hour walk from the recycling facility. So I'm like, okay, well, I'll do that. So then I stopped and I'm like, how long does it take to walk from here to La Perouse? From that point, it was probably about an hour and 5 minutes. So I walked to La Perouse and I'm like, oh, I want to beat my step record for the, like my daily step record, which was just on 51,000 steps. It's insane. So I beat that by walking from La Perouse all the way back home to Randwick, which is about a 2-hour walk. And it was not long after that, it was the following week, I had to go do a little bit of research for a video that I'm working on. So I had to go to the Eastern Suburbs Memorial Park. So I just walked there, hour and a half-ish, something like that, from home, and walked back. Checked this out, this La Perouse tram thing, and Gareth, Tallboy Gareth, ended up messaging me and mentioning La Perouse, and I'm thinking, you know what, and I think I might have even said to him in the message, I'm like, you know what, it's really funny you mentioned that, because I'm just like, you know, looking into it now, so, you know, when you're free, let's do it. And I'm like, all right, well, what about next Saturday? Yep, righto. So here we are. It's a really nice area here. It's the reservation, let's call it, has gotten wider. Right, just climb over this mountain and cross the road. That sign there, by the way, says no parking on the grass, just in case anybody's thinking it says no walking on. It's just no parking on the grass. Mind you, these long walks were after work. Some of the days have been a lot busier than usual, some of the days not so much, but it was one of the days I was lucky enough to be off early, thank goodness. Usually when we're not far behind with work, I usually start between 5 and 6 in the morning and finish by midday, 1 p.m, which is good. It's just gotten so wide here. But this is all the old tram alignment. Something in the ground here. Could just be council infrastructure, but we'll look anyway. Yeah, it's just a grate. Doesn't look anything tram related. AV. Why does it sound like that bus has a flat spot? Just
Yeah, you can see
if you
the ocean.
zoom in here, you can see the ocean.
That's a great shot. Look at that.
A couple of litres of water. Anything about 3 litres?
Well, I'd say maybe 4 or 5.
Yeah, 4 or 5.
Probably
Yeah.
4 or 5. Let's be fair.
Yeah,
You know.
might be high tide. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a great view. You know, just a bit of a sporting game over there. Some good houses and stuff. So I'm keeping it as still as possible. Well, it's probably dead still, I don't know. Stabilisation might be doing it justice. But they were saying in the news there that doing this line of reinstating the La Perouse light rail line or tram line, whatever, will unlock 50,000 new homes. And that's just along the corridor. So, I mean, yeah. I suppose we need new housing and all of that. Where's this bus going? Oh, it's nothing to do with the corridor, so who gives? I'm joking. It's just for the record, I don't know. $3.99 to Malabar Heights. It's changing again. The scenery, the backdrop, it's just changing again. Got these casuarinas coming back up again. Casuarina trees. And when we get to La Perouse, we'll walk around the balloon loop, because the trams used to come into La Perouse, and from what I understand, they didn't stop and, like, you know, driver changed ends of the tram and comes back. They went around a loop, which effectively, you know, turns the entire tram around. So whether it went around clockwise or counterclockwise, I don't know, but we'll just pick a direction and walk around it. Either direction, doesn't really matter. But this section here, it does look like there need to be a couple of trees that need to be removed, but I don't think that these are as grand as, you know, oak trees and things like that, and massive gums and whatnot. Keep as many of them as you possibly can. Don't just bloody remove the whole friggin' lot of them, but yeah. I sort of cut them at a decent height where it well and truly clears the overhead wiring, because when the trams, same with trains, when the pantographs do skim along the overhead, at times they do arc, and it's the last thing you want to do. Is, you know, have a fire, especially with these massive trees, because that pantograph arc will make people scream F arc. Just saying. I'm not wrong, right? So we are now in another suburb. We are in Malabar. So yeah, from Kingsford, there we go. So we've gone through these suburbs, right? So we've Kingsford, we can have a light rail stop at, like, what, Maroubra Junction, Maroubra itself, Matraville, Malabar, which is where we're at now, Little Bay, maybe even Long Bay, where the prison is there. Yeah, there's a few, and maybe one or two in between. But I think that those 4 or 5 stops or whatever that I mentioned, I think that would probably suffice, if that's the word for it. Alrighty, across that road. Now we've just got a small car park. Got a sign up ahead on the other side of this next road here. That's just next to the alignment. It's like maybe a sign for a memorial reserve or something like that, maybe. But with these, you know, the memorial reserves or you know, Anzac reserves, that kind of thing, that as well can be worked around. Like, you just make a bit of a, I guess you could say, like an overpass on it. Not one where you'd need to put a support, right, like, you know, one of the support bloody columns or whatever you want to call it, right in the middle of the memorial. But yeah, perseverance. Creativity goes a long way. That sign says Bob Clark RSL Memorial Grove. Oh, nice. Alright, there's no lights here, so we're okay to cross when there's no cars, obviously. Okay, so at the Bob Clark RSL Memorial Grove. Oopsie. Centre that. And we'll head through. A beautiful garden here. Some seating. Got like a cannon here as well. Beauty. Seating. Got this. Oh, there's 2 of them. Oh, wow. Absolutely beautifully done. See, back to what I was saying before. Obviously, you're not going to destroy this. Heck no. No way. But You could obviously go, actually, as a matter of fact, there's plenty of room to actually veer around it. You know what I mean? Like, if you do it right, it'll look good. It's amazing. All right, another road to cross. There's traffic lights there, but you got to get across once, twice, 3 times. And now I had to cross once. Nice little garden here. Nice curvature in the tram alignment here as well. And up there to the left we have Long Bay Correctional Facility, where all the naughty people go. Yes. Yep.
Alright guys, so we've just been walking for a hell of a long trip, and I'm so pleased to see what's in front of me. You'll see why in a second. So this is Long Bay Jail right here, right? So this is where a lot of baddies are put, right? But that's not the interesting thing I want to show you guys. I'm going to get my camera out in a second and do some filming, because this is very, very interesting. Back in the day, they actually transported prisoners to and from the prison using prison trams. And they've actually got one prison tram still in existence.
Yeah, Loftus.
Loftus, haven't they?
Yeah,
the museum. What's the museum called?
Loftus Tramway Museum.
There we go.
Go visit Loftus Tramway Museum.
I've made a video there. Awesome place.
And this is where it went in. The gate's just up ahead.
Absolutely.
Let me
Right there.
just zoom into these
Yeah,
gates.
zoom into that, mate. That's awesome.
So that's the old tram alignment. So as Gareth said, it branched off here.
Yeah.
Just a little branch line. Don't worry, it continues. The main line continues where we're walking, but trams, prison trams, used to go through those gates. So which means they'd travel along.
That little road just there.
Yeah, just a little road there, and would have branched off. Just
right
here, just here. Yeah. Wow.
Guys, this is history right here, and it's incredible, right? Wow, absolutely incredible. Now, obviously, if they do bring the light rail back, they won't be putting the light rail to the prison for obvious reasons. They just don't need it, right? But obviously, if they did include the light rail back again, which they will at some point, right, they obviously won't be going to the prison, because the prison doesn't need a light rail situation, right? But having said that, the history here is so incredible. The fact that this little road exists in that direction. Amazing.
Right up into the prison, yeah. Gareth is just doing a little piece about the Long Bay tram branch. One thing I've noticed is this side of the road is Malabar, the other side of the road is Matraville. So walking along the old tram alignment, we're actually in between suburbs. So Gareth had just called me back across the road to have a look at something. We've got old tram sleepers, tram train track or tram track sleepers here. And it's quite interesting because you can see where the clips or tracks were bolted to the sleepers.
You feel very interested.
It's insane. Yeah, very interested. Yeah, that's insane. And it's on all of them. So you got the holes for it there, and there's for the other track. And same as here, see? And over there. Wow. So the trams, yeah, literally come through here and in there. Alrighty, back across and continue walking the La Perouse tram line. Now we've got the race for time before it gets dark because the sun is starting to get on the lower side. It's just a drain, sewage tap thing. It's a beautiful old tree. So that's one you wouldn't touch. Let me just do ultra wide for this. Yeah, that's one you wouldn't touch. Like you might cut some of the lower limbs just to raise it a little bit, but that's when you slightly do a little bit of a veer with the tram line. And I hope they wouldn't touch it anyway. A bit of a sporting game going on to the right. Everything that I see on the ground I'm checking just in case, like this, which is just another drain, or not drain, like a sewage thing. There's another thing just up here and to the right. This looks like another sewage thing. Yeah, it is. Yep. Another road here that goes to Mitchell Street. So Mitchell Street is just that straight off to the right there. That little thing up there is looks like another sewage thing. It's a beautiful spot. The tree population is a bit more dense here. Looks nice. So this tram line's been closed for about 65 years. Very wide open part here. Got a hard left turn. Across this road here. That's to Forest Street, so Forest Street's to the right. That's Forest Street down that way. Looks like it gets very dense up ahead. Wonder if this is like too overgrown or... Oh, no, there's a way through. It's all right. You just see darkness, it goes like pitch black or something. Yeah. Prison's still going.
Yeah, it really is. Is there a middle path or am I seeing things?
Might be. Looks like it could be. Do we take it off?
Yeah. Just stop my time. It's still back.
Oh. Yeah. There's a path to the left and a path to the right. So we're going to go through. I'll let you know if there's any monsters here. Wow, this is all really just very old stuff. Just, going through a place like this, I'm thinking, wow, I wonder, you can imagine if there was maybe some old tram tracks here. I'm just still quietly hoping that maybe there'd be like just a little bit of tram track. But it really doesn't matter if there is or isn't. It would just be a bonus if there was. Got some mulch here. Smells so good. Got another road here which goes to Kenny Avenue. So Kenny Avenue is the street to the right, and the street to the left has a different name. It's Bilger Crescent. But we are continuing along Anzac Parade, going straight. So Bilger Crescent to the left, Kenny Avenue over there to the right. Slow down, there's a car coming. I don't know if they're turning or not. Yep, they are turning left. Very open, I don't know what that was, very open, whatever. Very open area, this one. Pretty nice open area, so what I'll do is I'll actually move just up here and just give my hand a break for a second, or my arms a break for a second. Okay, so sun's not really illuminating the grass too much, so we are sort of losing light. I've been getting excited walking along here because there's like patches of exposed sandstone, and I've gotten pretty excited, like, you know, maybe it's part of the tram line, which probably would have been part of the bed or whatever, would have been in some way, shape or form incorporated in it. But you know, a lot of the grass, soil, dirt, everything would have been sort of washed away. But then you got here, you got some brickwork here, which looks like it was definitely part of something. So it's quite interesting. It's a bit of brickwork. So you got exposed bits and pieces. The that brickwork is a bit interesting though. Don't know if it's just like a couple of, you know, a few bricks that have been just, you know, left there and just sunk into the ground over the years, or what, because it has been 65 years since the closure of the La Perouse tram line. And you got some like, what would you call it? Pebblecrete. You got more brickwork here. Some brickwork, Pebblecrete. More brickwork there. So it looks like this was definitely something. Something was definitely here. I actually don't think now that it was just random things that are sunk into the ground. So you got some more there. So I think this is all to do with the base of the tram line. Yeah, that's amazing. The sun is really starting to set now. Doesn't really matter. I mean, camera will still pick everything up at night. It really undulates here. Bit of a footpath up here I might take. Good thing about this is that Gareth and I probably have a drink or two at my place after this. We'll be able to get a bus from La Perouse all the way back to Randwick. This is really confusing. So yeah, okay, good. Never mind. So this is, all this here is alignment. Not gonna lie, it is kind of good walking on a footpath though. I was hoping the bus stop back there would say the suburb name. Oh, yeah, this is interesting. We've got to check Google Maps for a second. All right, yeah, all new housing, yeah. Got a part here where it's just really awkward and a bit sort of, you know, you could walk on an angle or you can walk very close to the road. And we're walking close to the road. But it widens up a little bit up here. So Anzac Parade sort of meets Bunurong Road. Bunurong Road ends and just becomes Anzac Parade as we continue down to La Perouse. Okay, so we've actually got a bit of a path up here, which is good. So this is really interesting, this part here. I'm just trying to, I mean, I know it's been 65 years and I don't think the trams were like, you know, running along here on a slant, but trying to think where the alignment here actually was. Like, because I'm right here, you know, we're following the same median strip. We're along the line. I just don't know if the tracks were right here or if maybe these lanes and everything over here were sort of reconfigured, or if one track was up here and one track was down there, or what the go was, because this is it's really different. But we'll just follow this bit anyway. We're walking all the way to La Perouse. But if any of you know if we've got it right here, or if maybe it was down over there, I don't know. But I do know that the median strip widens out again very soon. You know, actually, it might have been across the road.
You know what, I reckon if they do rebuild the tracks, they could literally do it as a road running situation, just for the section.
Yeah, they could do, so yeah.
You really don't need it in the middle right here.
No.
Because mixes.
Oh, you got the pillars over here, right there, which will actually show the suburb name we're in. I don't think we're in Malabar or Matraville. I have a feeling we're close enough to Little Bay, especially because the road going to the right, where the roundabout is Little Bay Road. But you never know. Maybe, maybe not. Oh no, okay, so that suburb we just went through was Chifley. Okay, that was Chifley, right. Good eye. Now we're approaching Little Bay. Oh, this is awkward. So, things have changed a lot around here. The trams went this way. Whether they went through here, whether they went through there, that looks a bit promising. Flattening, getting flattened by a car doesn't look promising, or probably wouldn't feel promising either, would it? Okay, so let's continue up Anzac Parade. See, look here. So you've got a pretty wide median strip there, but I just don't know how it would connect to that because we're walking all the way along here. Unless it crossed the road up there somewhere, went along here, across here, and yeah. Just because it looks all undulated now, like, you know, lopsided, hilly, whatever, doesn't mean it was like that back in the day. Interesting stuff. I mean, I kind of like this adventure. Good bloke let us through. According to Google Maps, by the looks of things anyway, that median strip pretty much disappears completely, and that's right here, and then reappears again. All right, so got a crossing here. We're in Little Bay officially. So we go along this pathway and the median strip reappears. And this is the old tram alignment. So we lost our way a little bit, but we were in the vicinity back there of where we needed to be. According to Google Maps, it's about a 25 to 30 minute walk at the average walking pace to La Perouse. So once we get to La Perouse, we'll do the loop, the balloon, where the trams will just go around the loop and then make their way back to Circular Quay and Railway Square. This part of the alignment's been nicely mulched, but it gets wider and we get back to the grassy area in just a minute. Try to do a Jack Nicholson impression, but car there, so let's walk straight into the tree. That's all right. There you go. All right, we've got the grassy area coming back up. Yeah, familiar territory. We've got the usual grassy stuff coming back up. Sweet. Oh, awesome. We've got garden bed to walk through. Okay. Do not step on the plants. That's not a plant, that's a weed. Oh, okay. We're really going bush. Oh. Oh, wow, shoot. Some dickhead started a fire there. Wow. I was worried with this bit, but now we've got a bit of a pathway. Goodness me. It's an adventure, isn't it? We've just leveled up. Yeah, we've gone expert level. Straight off to the left is Jennifer Street, which will take you to St Michael's Golf Club. You can go and whack some balls. walking for so long, it's finally got insane. Yeah, go bus, you can do it. Don't worry, I'm looking where I need to go. Oh, sorry, yeah, that too, but I'm looking for oncoming cars. There we go, this is better. The sun poking through a little bit here, which is good. We'll be walking into the sun very soon, but with the sun setting, I won't have to have that in our eyes for too long. But it could be very picturesque. Picturesque, there you go. It's been a good walk. Only one pub stop. What's that? Thought there was going to be more than that. That's all right. We'll get to that point soonish where Anzac Parade meets Bunurong Road. Bunurong Road's another busy road. But once we get there, we sort of veer to the left, and that's where Bunurong Road ends and just becomes Anzac Parade. So. By the time we get to this road up here, I dare say that we would have under 20 minutes until we reach La Perouse.
How long do you think the video is so far?
I'm guessing, I don't know, maybe an hour and a half. Ah, beautiful sun. Now that the sun's blinding us, we've probably just walked past visible track and everything.
I know, yeah.
The A390X has La Perouse in the Desto, but it's going to Bondi Junction. Wrong way for La Perouse. Unless we've...
Well, we're definitely in the home stretch now.
Oh yeah.
For sure.
So the street to the left is Bud Avenue.
There's like an old water tank to your left in the distance.
Oh yeah, looks like it's been incorporated into a house, unless the house is just next to it. You can see Port Botany over there. One thing I am sort of surprised with is that there's no, plaques, information plaques. This grass stretch that you're walking through used to be the La Perouse tram line, and a photo of, a certain point. There might be something at the end, because I think a couple of the buildings at La Perouse, I guess we'll confirm it when we're there, because they should have plaques in it, one would hope. There's a couple of buildings there at La Perouse that I think might actually have been for crew or maybe passenger waiting area. It's actually part of the La Perouse bus stop, so it might be it. So we might be able to see exactly where the La Perouse tram stop used to be. It's kind of like at Clovelly Beach. There's a bus stop there, old tram shelter, and there's a plaque there with a photo of a tram sitting there, and it says, you know, this is a Clovelly tram terminus, you know, that kind of thing. Might be something that I'd need to go and have a look at, probably before summertime. Sorry, before summertime, because it'll be a little bit difficult trying to get some footage there. Even if a bus has just left, there's probably going to be, you know, 170 people on their way up to the bus stop to get the following one, so it'll be a little bit hard to film there. It's been a good walk. Hopefully you all have enjoyed it. I'm not expecting that you guys have actually watched the entire thing, but if you have, thank you. But yeah, let me know what you think. Should the La Perouse tram line be reinstated? I think so, because it's not going to, as I said, I'm going to keep saying it, it's not going to destroy too much here. Like, as you'll still be able to keep, you know, 90% of the trees. You'll still be able to keep a lot of the grass. And if they had a green track, they could plant the turf between the rails, so that the tracks will pretty much just blend in. And obviously build. You probably wouldn't really have to build a fence to, you know, to part the light rail line from the grass area. I mean, I'm sure that, you know, if people just use common sense, they won't just go on the tram line. So this little road here is just like a U-turn thing. So you can just turn right and then right again. You can't turn left, you'd be going the wrong way. Bit of a breeze now. It's actually quite a warm breeze. Warm day, warmish winter. It was ice cold this morning, but yeah, it's been a bit of a warm winter. All right, this is where Bunurong Road meets Anzac Parade. And this is where I think the trams used to share the road with cars. Not right here, but up and around here a little bit. And down the hill a little bit. Because you've got Bunurong Road to the right. And you've got Anzac Parade here, which veers to the left. And just so, which means Bunurong Road just becomes Anzac Parade. Oh, shit. Bless you. Couple of holes there. Yeah. Right, let me stop here and just have a look at Google Maps to see if we can just cross directly to the left or if we need to go to the other side. Okay, so we're going down, we're staying to the left. There's a bit of a median strip over to the right on the other side of the road there, but gets to the point where, yeah, as I said before, a section of the line where the cars and trams used to share the road. But I think with the balloon thing, we're going to go anti-clockwise. So we can like finish the video at the old, what do you call it? Oh my. The old, what I'm pretty sure was the light rail tram terminus. There's some old buildings there. So at some point we'll have to make a right turn, but I won't do that now. You've got some police up there. Don't have to stop someone or if there's an operation, something, but yeah. So trams used to run along here. There's a street up, just up on the embankment there, but I'm quite sure that they just ran down this way. Just lower the camera a little bit so I'm not bloody getting into people's backyards. Alright, so I'll start filming again just after the police here, because you can see them there. So I'll start filming again just after that, just so they don't think I'm bloody recording them, which I'm not intentionally. Wait till this bus comes past. This is a bus that's just come from La Perouse and is headed to Bondi Junction. A lot of them are bendy buses as well, which is needed. I started talking before I hit record. I'm going to keep that in there. We are officially in La Perouse. Very cool. We've got a national park into the left, and I'm not just saying that because there's about 417 million leaves and trees. It's because there is an entrance to this. New South Wales Golf Club and Rescue Helicopter Base. It's the Kamei Botany Bay National Park. And a car that we can not get flattened by if we're careful. Lovely gentleman just let us through. It's been a very good walk. Made it just in time for the darkness. Now the trams didn't go onto the path, but I don't think it's a good idea to walk in the middle of the road, just so. Yeah, airport's just over there too. Okay. Want to turn right and do a counterclockwise trip of the balloon loop that the trams took. So we're going to be very good people, safe people, and cross the road now. So I just looked at Google Maps. We're going to turn right at a roundabout, at the roundabout up here. Might be able to see the tram buildings from where we turn right, but as I said, and as a bit of a reward for us doing the walking and the you guys viewing, whatever, you know, a reward for all of us. We get to look at a beautiful view of the ocean. So here is where a bit more work might need to go into the whole tram thing, whether there'll be trust in people using their common sense to be able to share the tram line with cars, trams, vice versa, or if they'll take a slightly different approach. Actually, hold on. This is the terminus here. So we see the terminus before the loop. So I think that the trams would most likely come in and drop people off, go around the balloon loop, come back and pick people up, and then head back to there. Wow. So it's a weatherboard building, beautiful weatherboard building. So it's a toilet building, waiting area. Seeing if there's any plaques in here that mention trams. No. Oh, actually, hold on, wait. Okay, no, it's just about a ship. But this, I'd imagine, would be the old tram shed. Tram waiting area. And there's a bus coming up and ready to collect people. Let's have a look at the back of the building. Correct me if I'm wrong, by the way. Another bit of a plaque thing over here. Plaque thing. Just in case. French flag. No. All right, let's take this. Let's take this balloon. Let's take it anti-clockwise, I'd say. Actually, you know what? I am gonna change my mind. We'll do clockwise. We'll do that. So you get a bus here. Let me just show you what they'll do. They just come in, they whip around the roundabout, and go to the bus/old tram terminus. Oh, the balloon loop just here.
So it
Goes around. I don't know which way it went, but I'm going to go clockwise. I want to check out one thing though. There is a plaque just there.
Let's check it out.
There's many plaques, but so we're going to go here and then across, and we'll just cross the road and go clockwise around the loop. Express. Run, Forrest. No, it's a plaque that's dedicated to Marjorie Timbury. You can have a bit of a read of that if you like, and resume when you're done. Okay, so that's the balloon. Goes right around, and that's what we're going to follow with some pretty beautiful views. Wow, what a way to end the walk. And when we get back around the balloon loop, we're just met by the bus terminus again. So how cool is that? That's cool. You got Bear Island over there, which is like a prison, I believe. Bear Island just open to the left, over to the left. It's not open. You can go onto the bridge to the gates, but you can also get some pretty beautiful photos of it from here. give you a bit of a look over there before we continue the loop, just as a bit of a treat. Probably somewhere I'd need to explore at some point, wouldn't it be? I reckon so. Check that out. Beautiful views. A lot of people out for the sunset and a bit of a walk. It's a warm winter's day. Very warm winter's day. It's really cool. As you can tell, it is quite the busy evening. Got Gareth walking down. Very happy that we made it. And as a bit of a treat here, got the airport across the way. Got a plane landing. Oh, a plane taking off too. Got some kite things. Okay, we were in a race with darkness before, now I'm in a race with my phone battery. I do have my portable charger in my bag, but it's just a lot more comfortable filming without the wires and that hanging everywhere. Or the cord. So let's go around, track speed, around the balloon thing and wrap this video up. Around the balloon thing. Walk on the grass just to avoid a couple of the people, which is going to be very, very impossible. I want to get in the way of them getting their photos and things too. So as I said before, trams used to go along the road here. Could have just ended it at the tram terminus, but just wanted to say I've done this. Another plane in the distance coming in and landing. Domestic flight. Got some people down there on the rocks fishing. So instead of just filming a car park for this whole thing, I just want to say I've walked it. So instead of filming the car park, just film this view. Back to Bear Island. Beautiful view. Change things up a bit, we're going to cross the road. Got the museum across there, that beautiful building. Now we can see the view and a little bit of where the trams used to go. But yeah, it's absolutely zero, unless I've really missed something. Absolutely zero. No plaques, no history thing, nothing about the old tramline here. You got a few bits and pieces to do with the Bondi tram. You got stuff to do with the trams in Ride, all that kind of thing. But no, not here. just going to walk along this grass bit here a little bit quicker, and plus you can see over a bit, like over the where the trams used to go. One more look at the view. I think there's Port Botany over there. Nice. Here's another view of that museum. Beautiful old building, an 1800s building, I believe. You can definitely check that out. Museum might have something to do with the trams in it. There's the boat shed there. We can go have a lunch or dinner, a couple of drinks, sit down, relax. But yeah, the museum there, it says a year on it, 1882. 1882, so it's about as old as I am. 110 years before I was born. According to the tram map, the Trams of Sydney map, the trams did take the entire balloon back around to the terminus. Lovely. You know something? I'm sorry, I'm just laughing at myself here. I'm thinking now, I could have just filmed a couple of little bits and pieces instead of doing the whole walk. Right as the video's finished. Oh, that make myself laugh. Oh dear. Nice trees. Look back over there at the view. That's amazing. Nearly there, I can see the tops of buses. But I'm going to finish it up on this corner here. So I'm going to stand here and wait for Gareth. And yeah. Listen, everybody, thank you all very much for watching. It's greatly appreciated. I'd like to hear your comments on this video, on what you think about reinstating the line, general comments, whatever, anything and everything, even if it's just a good day. Thank you very much for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, share the video, hype the video, should have said that part at the beginning. And I'll catch you soon. That's the old terminus. Alrighty, ciao.